website, and got really excited when I found out that you guys would work with an existing pet rather than just a dog that you had chosen. Obviously that's an option with you as well, but since we had a dog in mind, Kaiser, it seemed to fit exactly with our goals, so I was really excited when I came across your website. Felt like it was pretty simple. The application that we needed to fill out that you gave us covered a lot of really logical questions, some things that we hadn't thought about, and but it was really important to fill out those forms and kind of look at the things that you were considering when you were deciding whether or not you could train Kaiser. We loved the fact that we could bring him up there and you could say yay or nay if he was going to work. We loved having the opportunity to meet you before we started working with you. Another thing I really liked in the pre-delivery process was that you asked us so many questions about our lifestyle that you knew even down to the last detail everything our family might do, including, for instance, going on a boat. We have a boat. We plan on taking him to the lake with us a lot, so you found a way to get him out on a boat during training. So we know that he'll be stable when he's there. He's going to be fine, and we know we can do that too, and so that just adds an extra benefit. It was affordable, and it was a relatively, comparatively quick turnaround time because we knew we needed some help with some significant issues we were having with Kevin, and we felt confident that a dog would help him, especially because my husband's a vet, and he was able to, we kind of had thought it was a logical solution for him. And then when we started talking to you all, we really felt comfortable, with working with you.
Yeah, I had my doubts as to whether or not he was going to be able to go into an environment where there was other people or other animals and him not want to take off from us. It seemed like a long time while we were going through it. When we dropped him off, we weren't sure, this sounds like a long time. But when you see him now and the things that you've had to do to get him to where he is, it just seems like it's a lot quicker than it should have been.
And so to see this dog 4 months later and what he's able to do, it's nothing short of miraculous in our opinion.
One of the things that we were concerned about is that our son Kevin would not sleep in his own bed. He'd always want to be with us. And that was our number one priority, was to see if he would sleep in his bed with Kaiser and not feel like he had to, if he woke up, have to run into our room. And the first night, he made it till 4:30 in the morning, which normally we put him to bed, and he's in our bed at midnight. So, I mean, just immediately we saw changes there.
We were able to take Kevin and Kaiser to his speech therapy session, and Kevin was able to learn how to introduce his dog to other people. But then we were out shopping the next day at Target with Kaiser and Kevin, and a little boy recognized Kevin at Target and said, "Hey, Dad, there's my friend Kevin." And this other little boy doesn't seem to have any developmental disabilities, so it was really nice because we were able to facilitate Kevin introducing his dog to this child we ran into out in public. And it was so nice to already see Kevin using some of the new social skills that he never would have been able to have already, and that was day 3. So
well, and also at the grocery store and at Target, we couldn't go to the grocery store and have Kevin stay with us. We'd have to put him in the cart and have the groceries all around him. He'd be wandering off or grabbing stuff off the shelves, and now he holds on to Kaiser's leash and he stays right there. He'll try to pull Kaiser, and Kaiser will stop, and it's just a big difference.
Right.
He just seems content to be able to walk along with Kaiser rather than worry about everything else that's happening.
So now I don't have to plan my life around going grocery shopping when Kevin is in school or in therapies. I can actually shop anytime I need to.
I think the most important thing and the best thing was for you to be in our house and be able to teach us what we need to do for him and how he can help us and how he can help Kevin. And it's just all the difference in the world. I mean, and you've spent so many days with us.
Right.
You could have said, okay, we're going to come down, we're going to spend a day with you, and then you're on your own. But every day we've gone over something different, and it's and then reinforced everything we learned on each day before. And it just makes a huge difference to be able
Definitely.
to do that.
And you were so easy to work with. I mean, it was just such a pleasure to have you here in addition to everything he just said. It was just...
And it wasn't like
experience.
I mean, we never felt rushed, like you were going to say, okay, I'm going to give you 4 hours today, and then that's it. I mean,
Right.
we about had to push you out the door when we went to bed. So it was great. Well, the other big thing was just you educating us on what we can do with Kaiser, and to not be intimidated by people when we go and try to go into a restaurant and they tell us we don't allow dogs here, and just to know what our rights are. And
If we had questions, they were patient going through it with us over and over again if necessary. And in addition to working with us, they also worked with our extended family so that we would have options for childcare if we ever needed to leave Kevin and Kaiser with a babysitter. And that required Bobby and Jason to explain it many times over, not just one time to me, one time to my husband. It was just over and over, and there was seemingly no end to their patience.
he's exceeded our
Absolutely
expectations.
exceeded our expectations. He's amazing in what he can do, especially because he was our pet before we delivered him to you. We know where he started on the day that we dropped him off in your office. Right.
He's been
Right.
perfect.
Tell him, don't hesitate, do it. The dog's going to help your child in many more ways than you would expect. And you're just going to be really surprised how well it works. So.